Stunning.
Look at this one more time. This is awful.
Oh, there it goes, there it goes.
Stunning images there,
There it goes, there it
to
goes.
say the least. Unbelievable to watch an entire home crumbling there. That is just one example of the severe flooding that is devastating parts of Juneau. But this is no ordinary flood, by the way. This is climate change on full display. NBC's Priscilla Thompson is tracking it for us. Priscilla, good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us on this. What is going on?
World's coming to an end.
Yasmin, we are seeing major flooding in Juneau after the Mendenhall River crested overnight at a record-setting 14.9 feet. That is nearly 3 feet higher than the previous record that had been set. And you showed that dramatic video of that home just collapsing into the river. Officials say that there are several homes and trees that have just floated away because of those rushing waters. And all of this started on Saturday. This flooding began, and this happened because of a major release from the Suicide Basin in Juneau, and we actually have a time lapse where you can see how quickly that water began to go down over the past several days as it was flooding into the river. And the good news is that now that water is starting to recede, and also that officials there have not yet reported any deaths, so it may be possible that so far everyone is safe and sound. But of course there is a lot of structural damage that they are dealing with there, and they're not out of the woods just yet. Even as that water is receding, there is still the risk of erosion, so we could see more homes destroyed and more structures destroyed as things continue to settle there in Juneau.
Talk more about this glacier, fairly well known, I should say, to tourists.
Very well known, Yasmin. Some 700,000 people a year flock to Juneau to see this glacier, which is just a few miles from the city. And it's one of the only glaciers in the U.S. where you can sort of stand on the soil and see it from there. But climate change has been having a real impact. That glacier has been melting at a higher rate than the snowfall that would replenish it. And so experts are predicting that by 2050, you may not even be able to see that glacier from the tourist center where so many hundreds of thousands flock to now in order to do that. So lots of things going on there. Yasmin?
Yeah, Priscilla Thompson for us. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, coming up, heading overseas, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressing interest in backing away from part of his plan to overhaul the judicial system. This is coming after months of ongoing protests that have ripped the country apart. Also, the questions surrounding the seemingly impending charges in the Georgia DA's case against Donald Trump. Plus this. It all came down to a penalty kick review, but Team USA is out at the World Cup.